Hey Divaad, how's it going?
How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. So, I mean, camp is pretty much nearly over. You guys have been at it the last 3 weeks. I know you got school starting next week, so can you kind of review how it's been, especially for you, kind of learning a new position of safety?
I've had numerous difficulties with me being able to transition to the safety spot, but like I said before, I've seen it before, so the transition was smooth. Camp was a great, it was hot outside. But everybody's working, you can feel it, like you can feel the difference.
Obviously, UCF had multiple guys drafted in the secondary, Aaron Robinson, Richie Grant. How do you feel like that group overall is doing it, not replacing them, but filling that gap, I guess?
If you ask me, everyone's irreplaceable. Like, anybody can be replaced because I feel like now with the new coaching staff we have, it's all the standard. So it's not starters, it's all the standard. So if you're not meeting to the standard, you feel me, you won't be a part of the ones.
Describe the competition for jobs, the fight for jobs that you're seeing going on the field.
With me transferring here from Georgia over the past year, I would say that the talent in the room skyrocketed. Like the competition excelled, it increased by a lot.
What would you say is the biggest difference in the defense now as compared to when you got here last year? I know there's a lot of schematics, but like attitude-wise, practice-wise.
The difference between the defense now and last year, first off, like I said, it's a standard, all 11 to the ball. They want all 11 running to the ball. It's a more complex playbook, so that with that being said, we have to communicate more across the board.
Divaad, I know obviously there's a lot of battles within your position group. Has anyone kind of maybe had a really good camp that stood out? You're kind of anxious to see how they play this season?
One of the younger rooks that caught my eye is BJ, little BJ, the kid from Georgia, number 31. He's been doing very well. I mean, you got a couple rooks. Like I feel like the rooks, man, set like they've been living up to the standard because it's a standard. We don't have starters.
What are your expectations for this defense's performance this season?
Defense win games. Defense win championships. I have high expectations, because I feel like if I'm gonna hold myself to a high standard, I should be able to hold the defense to win as well. Because defense win championships.
What about playing multiple roles? Are you concerned about just working on safety? You want to really be involved with nickel? What's your plan this year?
My plan personally, I've always been a guy that's been versatile. So they work around me, I want to say. But I mean, it's just like when you live in one place all your life and then you go to a different, you have to transition. Like you can't complain, you can't make a big deal. You just gotta take what they gave you and make the best of it.
From an instruction standpoint, what are you learning from coaches different than perhaps what you'd experienced last season?
With the new staff, I would like to say that Coach Gibbs and Coach Addison both personally helped me master my open field technique. I'm currently still working on my open field tackling, my getting in the post. They helped me with some of my man-to-man techniques because you guys know I'm playing safety, nickel, some corner. Like a lot of playing to my leverage, pinning the wrist, all type of things.
Divaad, we heard about that first scrimmage. You guys as a defense played well in that one. I know you just had one the other day. We've heard about the D-line being much improved. So what's your outlook? How good is the UCF defense going to be this year?
It's scary. It's going to be one to watch. I mean, I don't really want to say too much, go too overboard. I just want everybody to sit back, relax, open up their popcorn, kick their feet up, and enjoy the show.
What are you seeing from the offense, Dylan and the rest of the quarterbacks?
Offense is offense. I mean, as you seen last year, them guys were putting up major points. I feel like they didn't lose a step yet. I mean, defense, we're going to always have the edge in the offense, but, I feel like our offense is going to excel as well.
Divaad, what kind of contributions do you think we're going to see from the transfers? There's a lot of guys on defense that are experienced, played in other places. I know there was Marco, Jarvis, I know Bryson Armstrong came in. What kind of contribution would you think those guys are going to make?
Personally, I feel like a lot of our transfers are going to make a big impact just off the fact that we have guys who've been there before, who've been playing on big stages. I mean, this is not a SEC school, so we got guys that's used to the pressure, and they should know not to fold.
Which receiver do you think is the most difficult for you one-on-one? Don't say Jalen or Ryan, that's easy. Pick somebody besides one.
Nah,
of those.
I wouldn't even say them anyways.
I'm gonna remember that.
Hard to see, but I have to say I'll go against actually one of my best friends, Amari Johnson. Because he can go outside, he can go inside, and he's real short, so he's real close to the ground. So he keep me on my toes. After that, I was gonna say Flash. I mean, you know, that's a, you know, that's gonna be my second one. But if you ask me, I have to say Amari Johnson.
Thanks. Now we got Lakai.